afternoon. Me from the island, so we say anything after 12 o'clock, we say evening. And that's the island thing. All right, this is the Jamaican flag back there, recognizing that's how we roll. Everyone, we want to wish you and thank you for your annual support of the Baltimore, Washington One Carnival. As we celebrate our 43rd year, we would also like to thank our mayor, Mayor Brandon Scott. Yes, give it up, because this year I was going crazy, and I want y'all to know in his presence, he stepped up to the pole. And we want to thank you. And he was quite gracious to us. And his assistant, Mr. Jackson, wake me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody called Elaine Simon at 8 o'clock in the morning because they know I'm on bedtime. But anyway, Mr. Jackson, thank you for bringing the good news. And call me anytime early in the morning when you have a message from the mayor as it relates to Carnival. Yes, Adrian, let's give it up, because you know the struggle. You've been with me, and this year has been a struggle. And I personally want to thank Mayor Brandon Scott. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Simon, and good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. June is always a fantastic month of celebrations and highlighting our diverse communities from all walks of life. And I'm so thrilled to be here with you all as we kick off and remind everybody about one of my most absolute favorite festivals in Baltimore City. So it's so good to see so many of you here gathered together to join in that celebration, because we all know why we're here. We are here to announce and kick off and remind Lottie Dottie and everybody about another much anticipated event here in Baltimore, the Baltimore, Washington One Caribbean Carnival Festival, and especially the parade that everyone looks forward to. I have not missed one in 40 years, Dr. Simon. I don't think I'm going to start now, which will be held Saturday, July 13th. Of 2024, kicking off at the intersection of Park Circle, right in Park Circle, in the heart of the best neighborhood in Baltimore, Park Heights. Don't argue with me, argue with your mother if you disagree with that. I want to thank all of our partners, Dr. Simon and the CACAB, the incredible artists and vendors that will be on display in July, our fabulous delegate, Regina Boyce, who always shows up for the community. We know that, Madam Delegate. And last but not least, our entire Caribbean community. We know how much you bring to Baltimore in culture, in food, in food, in food, in food. I'm going to say that again. In music, we're home to a very active community who take pride in their roots and infuse that culture into the culture of Baltimore City. And this year, for the 43rd time, we will get a taste of the Caribbean through music, food, and so much more. This event coincides with Caribbean Heritage Month, and I'm thrilled that we're able to celebrate it together. We want everyone at the parade, so make sure that you mark your calendars now. Take some time, and we do mean some time if you're really going to participate in the parade. Take that Saturday off work, bring the whole family down to Drew Hill Park, participate and support the event and support the festival so that we can continue to showcase why Baltimore is the greatest city in America. And that's because we're a city that's full of so many thriving cultures that all come together to make us the best Baltimore that we can be. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you there. And I think I am turning the mic over to you, Delegate Regina Boyce. Madam Delegate.
Oh, and then I'll call you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And I am Delegate Regina T. Boyce, District 43 represented, and a proud first-generation American of both Jamaican and Barbadian heritage. Yes, give it up. I know. Don't let it go on. Don't fight me. People say, how did that happen? I don't know. D.C. in the 70s. You can figure that out. But anyway, I'm so honored to stay in here to represent the culture, to represent my culture and your culture, and one of the biggest, baddest festivals in the city. Before I lived in Baltimore, I used to come from Montgomery County just to come to these festivals here because we know what was going on. So thank you so much. Happy 43rd. I can't wait to see you out there dancing it up and having fun. And with that, I'm going to turn this over to China.
Good afternoon, Baltimore, and welcome. Miss Elaine already did the welcome address. Thank you to our Honorable Mayor Brandon Scott. Next, we're going to have a selection. Sorry. From our panelists, Kendaya.
Take a chip, take a chip, take a chip, take a chip now. Hey, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, wow. We are the sound of 100,000 coming down the road. We are the vibration that you feel when the music moves. We are the mud and the boil and we come the dirty of the clothes. I made the girl them wine and strike the electric pose. Take a chip, take a chip, take a chip, take a chip now. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it now. Hey, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip now. Bango dip, bango dip, bango dip, bango dip now. I swear we are the sound them selectors play every day, making you sway. When the girl them say lele, and shadow dingole, I hear this one can say, hey, we are the sound of soca, big bad soca, big bad soca, big bad soca. When we play, everyone start dancing in the middle of the room. Till we don't need no permits to free these hearts and soul. Move the corny, we trip with snake and a cricket and a toad. 'Cause everything is everything, and that time anything goes. Take a chip, take a chip, take a chip, take a chip now. Shake it, shake it, shake it, wow. Yo. Take a sip, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip now. Yeah. Bango dip, bango dip, bango dip, bango dip now. I tell them we are the sound them selectors play every day, making you sway. When the girl them say lele, and shadow dingole, I hear this one come say, hey, this is the sound of soca, big bad soca, big bad soca, big bad soca. Check, check, check. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Whine and go down to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the
Thank you for that selection, such skill. At this time, I'd like to call up the Administrative Director for the Governor's Commission on Caribbean Affairs, Dr. Aitza Haid Nunez.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Love the energy. Awesome. Thank you so much. Happy 43rd again. Like you said, I am Dr. Aitza Haddad Nunez. I come from the Governor's Office of Community Initiative. I am the Administrative Director for the Caribbean Affairs Commission. I represent Puerto Rico. Wepa. And I just started in this position in February, but one thing that I want to make sure that I want to bring into places like this is for everyone to be aware that we're active, we're here, and we're eager to hear the community and make sure that we are involved in everything that you need, and we want us to be involved. Our role is nothing without you. It's all about the community, and all the initiatives that we're trying to put together, we want to make sure that they're based and led on what you guys need and what you guys want. There is an amazing, beautiful Caribbean community in the entire state of Maryland, and I am here to make sure that I can reach them out in every single corner of the state, because the potential that we have, it is amazing. It is only been limited by those the lack of awareness that we have and the lack of understanding about the people in terms of all that we are and all that we can be. I love that we are all part of one community, but each one of us represent a very important and a specific piece of that puzzle. And I want to make sure that all of those almost 30 nations, and I'm saying nations because not all of them are sovereign, Puerto Rico example, but that doesn't mean that we don't count and that we don't matter. So if I'm here, it's only for that, to make sure that we all have a voice and that we are all represented in all the platforms that we need to be. So thank you for having me, and again, happy 43rd. Keep having a great day, and and before I leave, oh my God, the main thing, I brought a proclamation. That's excitement. So made it a purpose for Governor Moore to make sure that he would sign a proclamation. I'm going to take a second real quick to read it. Whereas Maryland is proud to be home to a substantially growing number of Caribbean Americans, and whereas Caribbean Americans have greatly enriched Maryland's cultural diversity, are very beneficial to its economy, and have contributed to our proud heritage. And whereas the economic, social, cultural, and historical contributions of Caribbean Americans should be honored, and whereas Maryland is proud to commemorate their heritage and tremendous contributions made to our state and nation throughout history by Caribbean Americans. Now, therefore, Governor Moore of the state of Maryland hereby proclaim June 2024 as Caribbean American Heritage Month in Maryland, and call upon the people of our state to join in this observance. Thank you so much. Before we leave, I want to make sure you all know, as the administrative director for the Caribbean Affairs Commission, the great Elaine Simon, she's one of our best commissioners, and the work that she's doing for the community, I mean, it speaks volumes. It's beyond just putting together a platform in place, safe spaces for people to come together, but also, again, making sure that your needs, your concerns, and the challenges you're going through have ears, so your voices can be elevated all the way up to the governor, and even, who knows, we might change the nation one day. So don't underestimate the power that the commissioners like Elaine has. Make sure your voice, is there anything you want us to know? Make sure she knows. Make sure I know, so we can bring it up. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to thank a few people for being here. From the media, we have Marsha Drews, Andrea Harper, Louise Johnson, and Oswell Copeland. Thank you guys for being here. And we also have a representative from Kwaisi Mfume's office. I'm not sure where they are. Next, I want to introduce to you a young lady. She's beautiful, she's talented, she's educated. She's a junior at Temple University, and she's from Trinidad. Welcome, Mrs. Sabine Semper, Miss Caribbean USA 2023.
Thank you for having me here. It is an honor to be a part of the Baltimore One Washington Carnival. It has been 20 plus years since my father and my grandfather had brought me to the very first one that they have performed at. And I cannot imagine I would not have imagined this moment today to be here and representing my community like this. I am beyond grateful to be here, and I thank every last one of you for allowing me to be a cultural ambassador for the Caribbean and be the voice for everyone as well. I'd love to see you all there on July 13th at Druid Hill Park, and hopefully I'd see you on the road as well. We will be having the parade there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right, who's going to be there? Oh, that was it. Okay. Next, I have a wonderful young man. who's going to come up and tell you all about the occasion. Welcome, Mr. Reynolds Small.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Baltimore City. And what makes it even more momentous of an occasion is the fact that the Caribbean American Carnival, Washington, D.C. One Carnival is celebrating 43 years. So welcome to our Honorable Mayor, Brandon Scott, delegates, city officials, members of the Baltimore One Caribbean Carnival, and invited guests. It's an honor to stand before you today as we are set to celebrate 43 years of the Caribbean Carnival in this great city of Baltimore. Yes, give it up. The Caribbean Carnival celebration in Baltimore is not only a showcase of our city's diverse cultures, but is also a time when the city benefits from the positive economic impact of our city services. For example, the hotels, licensing and permits, entertainment, beverages, transportation and logistics, just to name a few. And I believe that these factors should all continue to foster an acceptance of the customs and the festive expression that make up our diaspora. The celebration of Carnival originated in Trinidad and Tobago, and that's where I'm from. And it dates back to the 1700s when French colonizers brought their masquerade balls and their celebrations leading up to Lent in the Caribbean. What happened was enslaved Africans who were forbidden from attending, they made their own version of these celebrations as a resistance and as a form of self-expression through music and arts. To date, the Caribbean Carnival has a legacy of over 50 countries and over 23 U.S. states where it is celebrated annually. The fact supports the importance and the impact of DC's Caribbean One Carnival, Baltimore also. On over 84,000 Caribbean immigrants living right here in the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore area, and the numerous visitors that are part of the annual celebrations. So we hope that you all will be part of these celebrations. Similar to the largest carnival in the world, which is Rio de Janeiro, for those of us who are aware, the Caribbean Carnival is a celebration of freedom through our music, dance, art, and food. And with the continued support of the city and the private sector of Baltimore and the environments, we look forward to a better understanding of not just the past, but the future impact of the Caribbean Carnival as a viable and necessary representation of who we are as a community for all. So we eagerly look forward to reveling with each of you at this, our 43rd annual celebration of the Caribbean American Carnival on July 12th through 14th at Druid Hill Park. Thank you all very much.